Friday edition of Snowman in the Morning to talk studs and duds of fantasy football. You can catch the Gordon Gecko of fantasy football. He has an update that you will hear on the program tomorrow, and I'll let you know when you will hear it during the program. Good stuff as always, my man. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, anytime, my friend. Great chatting with you. We'll chat down the road.
We'll chat down the road indeed. Thanks, my friend.
Thank you.
A pause for a break, and when we come back, since, doggone it, I nearly hit the wrong button. Okay, here we go. When we come back, why is Zion Williamson not playing? And my question is he good for the NBA? My answer is no. An extended break, and then my Snowman's take when you all get back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. As a volunteer, you deliver a hot, nutritious meal and a friendly hello to someone just like your mother, grandfather, or next-door neighbor. These seniors are inspiring people with incredible stories to share, and they love to see you. The smiles you get back are priceless. Delivering with Meals on Wheels is easy, and you don't have to drive like me for it to be quick. You can volunteer your lunch break once a week or just once a month. With 1 in 6 seniors facing hunger and many more living in isolation, your lunch break can make a real difference. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Excuse me, I know you have a 9 o'clock, so I'll keep this short. I'm the business suit in the back of your closet. You wore me nearly every day before your office went, quote, casual. I used to be the CEO of your closet. Now I'm just that one intern no one ever talks to. I always thought you'd circle back with me, get granular, keep me in line. But nada. Nothing. Don't you remember the McKittrick presentation? You spilled coffee on me, and I still looked amazing during the breakout talkback Q&A. So, I think it's time for me to move on. I've got a great resume, and I absolutely crush it in interviews, okay? Let's make this a clean break. Shift the paradigm. The only thing I ask is that you think outside the box here. This. Take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create new jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
We are the boy band. Your tween made you see. We are the boy. It's painful concert number 3. We are the boy.
If you love them enough to barely sleep, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably?
It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannon! Oh! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Snowman in the Morning, where true sport.
Holy on smoke!
Next! We've had a great time here in Durham, North Carolina. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Whether you joined by Arena Sportsnet, by Full Press Radio, by Western Reserve Digital Radio, or KSRN Arizona, thank you for joining us. And as mentioned, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live is where you can catch the live broadcast, the live video. Yes, we're still tweaking it to make it better and make it the best. Now that I got a few minutes remaining, also you can tweet the show at SIT Morning, and that's how you find me on Twitter. That's at SIT Morning. Now that I've gotten all that out of the way, and I'm kidding as I say that, let me thank my guests, Charles Waller, Darrell Owens, Sharif Ahmed, Cole Johnson, and Nick Thorson. Great, great guests that joined me this. All the video clips, the video cuts will be up later on during the day. It's going to take me a while to get them up. I'll get them up as soon as I possibly can. But Lucy Morris says, doing a great job with the show. Keep it up, and congrats on your marriage and all your success. Thank you, Mr. Morris, an old classmate of mine. Okay, now to go to a subject I've been meaning to talk about for a while. This is the Snowman's Take, and this will close out today's program. Zion Williamson is injured. Zion Williamson hasn't played a regular season game yet. Zion Williamson should have stayed at Duke University. When he blew out of his shoe in the game against North Carolina, it not only wrecked him physically, I believe it wrecked him mentally. He was so looking forward to playing that game, and it was at Cameron Indoor Stadium, by the way, everybody. But out comes his foot, out comes the shoe, there goes the knee, there goes everything else. And there goes Zion Williamson's college career, right down the drain. Because he chose to enter into the NBA draft, and everybody knew he'd be the first overall pick, and I say New Orleans made a waste. They wanted so bad to get rid of the Pelicans, they wanted to get rid of Anthony Davis and bring in Zion Williamson, and Zion has not seen the floor yet, not since the final preseason game of this year. And he ain't going to see the floor for a while due to a knee injury. Yeah, I understand the fact that Zion is very athletic. I understand the fact that being as tall as he is and as big as he is, he can get up and down the floor. The windmill jams, the highlights, I understand all of that. But I see two problems with Zion Williamson. The first one is obvious, his weight. He's got to keep his weight down. He has been fluctuating weight-wise since before he got to Duke University. His weight has been a problem since before he got to Duke University. He played himself into shape at Duke and was dynamite. I'll give you that. But I see another problem with Zion Williamson. He's playing out of position. Gilbert Arenas was the first to say this, and I took a look at some footage and rewound it, went over it over and over and over and over and over. And Zion Williamson should be a shooting guard, not a power forward. He is not equipped physically to take the pounding that he would take for 82 games. You want to talk about a young man that would be a victim of load management? You're looking at him. R.J. Barrett's built for the NBA. He's going to play all 82 games. Cam Reddish, same thing. Zion Williamson's not built for the NBA, and I mean that physically. And if you're not physically, it's going to affect you mentally. And it's affecting Zion Williamson mentally right now. Not being on the floor, not being the number one overall pick, and not being the gentleman that the New Orleans Pelicans drafted to rescue their franchise. They had a player like that. His name's Anthony Davis. They traded him to the Lakers. What was the problem with Anthony Davis and what continues to be the problem with Anthony Davis? Simple. Stay healthy. Now, Anthony Davis has been healthy so far, but we've still got some 73 games left in the season, and I almost guarantee you there will be a point where Anthony Davis will be injured. Difference between Anthony Davis and Zion Williamson is about 4 inches in height. But still, Anthony Davis has yet to play an 82-game season. Again, you want to talk about someone who is going to be the victim of load management? You're looking at him. That's Zion Williamson. He has yet to see the floor. And something else that I noticed about Zion Williamson, and I don't know if a lot of people saw this or not. He can barely get up and down the floor. Who's that remind me of? Do y'all remember a center out of Connecticut by the name of Hashim Thabit. He had all of these accolades at Connecticut. All the block shots, the dunks, the highlights, and he couldn't get up and down the floor. There were so many times, and I saw it in the NBA, and I saw it this tail end of his career at college, where he could not get on the floor. He could not get back on defense. That's the same problem I'm seeing with Zion Williamson. His knees are going to be a wreck, and part of that is due to weight. I speak from experience. My knees are a wreck. It took me a while to get the weight off that I have off right now, but unfortunately, for me, it's going to take me an even longer time to get back in better shape. Zion has a chance to get back in better shape right now. Has a great chance to get in better shape right now if he gets his weight in check, he doesn't fluctuate with his weight, and he's able to get his wind under him. It's a different game in NBA than it is in college. The floor is longer, the game is longer, and they're going to depend on you, Zion. Do a lot. A lot. And I don't think Zion's ready yet. I've had many people ask me, should Zion stay or should Zion go? I said at the beginning, Zion Williamson should stay. You know why some of the best players who played in the golden era did so great? They stayed at least 3 years. Michael left after 3 years, but he was ready. He was ready to make an impact. And then when he saw a deficiency in his game, he turned that weakness into a strength. There's a lot of mental discipline. That requires a lot of mental discipline. A lot of players that came through the ranks of the NBA have that mental discipline, and it transfers into their physical discipline. Back to a point I said a few moments ago. Zion Williams playing out of position. Zion should be a shooting guard. He should be a shooting guard until he gets his wind underneath him. Until he absolutely is ready for that grind of the NBA. And I'll say it one more time. You want to see the poster child of load management? It's going to be Zion Williamson. Yes, Greg Popovich brought it into lexicon in working with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker. But now you got a fellow in Zion Williamson who is physically, and I mean physically, not ready for the NBA. An extended absence with a knee injury, that's related, this is one man's opinion, that's related to weight. And the NBA is taking a huge L on this, huge, because they don't have the number one pick on the floor to sell tickets, to bring bodies into the seats, to sell merchandise, move merchandise, everything that goes along with being the number one pick. And I have this horrible feeling, and I hope I'm wrong, I have this horrible feeling that once he does get on the floor and tries to do his thing, it's going to be subpar. To me, as of right now, and anything could happen to prove me wrong. I understand that. And if I'm proven wrong, I will say as such on this program. Zion Williamson is not the rookie of the year. Zion Williamson's not ready to be a rookie in the NBA. There's a few things that he needs to fix, and another year in college should have fixed that. That's Snowman's take. What's yours? Well, time for me to out this program, as I said, with a very special song from Benny Marcella that Charles Wallert wrote. I'm going to get out of here. I hope y'all had a lot of fun rolling with me here in Durham, North Carolina, as I've had rolling with you guys, and who knows, I may be back here a couple of more times. If you want to join us, you can do so at snowmanunfiltered.com/join us. That's where you can catch all the happenings of not only my podcast, Snowman Unfiltered, but also Snowman in the Morning. I'm putting everything together, and I suspect by Christmas I'll have everything in place. The Snowman in the Morning YouTube channel is still alive and well. I have not put it under. I will not put it under. You can get the clips from there. You can see the live show from there as well beginning next week. To close this out, here is a special kind of love. Charles Wallert wrote the song. Benny Marcella put it together, and it's a song from fathers to sons. I am one. All the fathers to daughters, I beg your pardon. And to all the fathers, I hope you understand this song to your daughters. Until tomorrow, have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, then they are not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. I am, and I hope y'all are too. Until tomorrow, Snowman out.
This world like it was yesterday, holding my baby girl. All is right in the world, and now here we are. I'm holding you still. From Christmas trees and kiddie rides to the honor rolls and today a bride, I'm forever by your side. Yes, I'm forever by your side. A special kind of love is what you give to me. A special kind of love, and it'll always be you and me. We'll always have a special kind of love. In your eyes, I see all the good that can be. A vision so precious to me. Even though time flies and life's full of surprise, remember this promise to you. My love will carry you through. From the ribbons to the gowns, through all my ups and downs, your love shines so bright.